Today I'm going to show you how to make an easy textured scarf. To make this scarf, you're going to need 2 skeins of worsted weight yarn. I'm using Vanna's Choice in charcoal print. It's sort of just a mixture of grays and black. You're also going to need a size K crochet hook and a tapestry needle to weave in your ends. The first thing that you need to do is make a slip knot. And then you're going to chain 20. Okay, now that I've chained 20, I just go ahead and like to make sure that this is the width that I like. And this is fine for me. So I'm going to chain 1 more. So basically a total of 21. And then the next row is worked in single crochet. So I'm going to skip the chain that I just did, and we're going to work into this chain here. So let's see, not this one, this one. Now the single crochet, you just insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. If you prefer, you could do like a foundation single crochet stitch, and that way you wouldn't have to do this, but this is just a little quicker for me. Okay, and then you're just going to work single crochets all the way back to the end. Okay, now I've reached the end of my row of single crochets, and now I'm going to do the next row is double crochet, so I'm going to chain 3 as my turning chain. Go ahead and turn. And then to double crochet, you just yarn over, insert your hook. Oh, I didn't show you which one to put it in. You're not going to insert your hook here, you insert your hook here. Okay, anyway, so you yarn over, you insert your hook, you yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, and then you're just going to continue that all the way to the end of the row, and then you're actually doing a total of 3 rows of double crochet. So you'll do 1 row of single crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then the next row is going to be single crochet, and I'm going to come back when I'm ready to do that single crochet row. Okay, so now I am almost done with my 3rd row of double crochet, and I wanted to show you where you actually insert that, where you work the 20th stitch in your row on the previous row, basically. This was the turning chain. Okay, so you can see it sort of turns away from you. It's right there. So you'll just yarn over, and then you're going to insert your hook into that stitch, basically both sides of the V. And I normally have to use my finger, like my thumb, to kind of force it in there. But alright, and then you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay, so now your 5th row is the next one that we're going to be working on. Remember, this was your single crochet was row 1, and then you had 3 rows of double. And so the next one is single crochet, so your turning chain will be 1, so you just chain 1 and then turn your work. and then you're going to work single crochets all the way across the row. This is the stitch that you work into. This one, you know, that counts as your first single crochet. And then you just continue to work all the way across. Alright, and I'm going to show you with this lighter section of the yarn where it is. So, or where, you know, you work into the turning chain. It's just this top one right here. You can usually tell, like, if you just look at the side, you'll see that, like, there's sort of an indent. And so you just want to make sure that it's not like that. Okay. So you will insert the hook there. And just double check to make sure you didn't split the yarn, and then you'll yarn over and pull all the way through, and that is the end of that row of single crochets. Okay, and so the next row is double crochet. You're actually going to do 3 more rows of double crochet. So the turning chain is 3. Okay, and so you work in this stitch right here, not that one, this one. Double crochet, you yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, then yarn over and pull through the last 2. And then you'll just continue until you reach the end of the row. And I will come back and I will show you where to insert the hook, or where, you know, where to insert that last stitch. Okay, so I've done 19 stitches so far, and we're going to work the 20th. Now, of course, it's dark yarn again, so it's going to be hard to see. Okay, for demonstration purposes, I just went ahead and inserted my tapestry needle in here so you could see where it is. It normally lays like this, so you can see it's sort of at an angle. But it's basically just that top. It's just the top of the turning chain. And you will just work the stitch there. I find this one a lot more difficult than even the turning chain for the double crochet, but it's not impossible. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to work 2 more rows of double crochet, then another row of single crochet, and just continue on in that pattern until you've reached the desired length. Okay, now I've come to the end of my yarn, basically. This is about all I have left. I used both skeins of yarn. I ended on a row of single crochet, and if you wanted to, you could go ahead and bind off and then you'd be done. But since I have a little bit of yarn left, I'm going to go ahead and do a slip stitch, a row of slip stitch as my final row. I think it will match up the beginning end just a little bit better, since that is a little thicker than this one. Okay, you're going to turn your work, and you're not going to make a turning chain, so you're going to work into this first stitch and just make a slip stitch. So you insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the original loop that was on your hook, and just continue all the way across. And you can see it just makes the edge just a little bit more defined. Okay, once you've reached the end and you've made your last slip stitch, you're just going to pull the yarn through, all the way through, and bind off. And then you'll weave in your ends. Here's the finished scarf. Mine ended up being a little over 5 feet long. I think it was 61 inches. You can see that with the pattern, it sort of creates like a really subtle textured effect, because there's like a small narrow stripe like that's lower, and then one that's a little wider that sits lower than these two like this. And I think it just looks really good, and it feels good too. I'll insert a picture right here so you can see what it looks like on.